Today, it's not the usual topics you may consider safety issues, which is why we are covering them here on today's show.
And by not the usual, you mean safety topics like crossing the street,
right, exactly.
riding a bicycle, slipping on a banana peel.
What? Okay, no, not that one, but the others, yes, we have dealt with them in the past. So parents and kids see it right here, the other safety issues we're talking about on Kids Spaces.
After you.
Okay. Are you okay?
No problem. Happens all the time.
It won't start.
Well, imagine if we had kids with us. Not a pleasant thought. But you know what? It is a good reminder that car maintenance is an important part of kids' safety. All right, try it again.
How'd you do that?
Check it out. Susan Dean has the story.
Today we're here with John Capriotti, VP of Web and E-Commerce, who represents Tire Kingdom, National Tire and Battery, Merchants Tire, Big O Tires, and Midas. John's going to share his safety checklist and some great, easy-to-follow advice that could make all the difference to your vehicle this summer. So John, what can you tell us about car safety?
I can tell you that car safety really starts with the driver, doing all the things you can to pay attention to what you're doing. No text messaging, no distracted playing with the radio, no adjusting DVDs for the kids in the back of the car. Really focus on what you're doing and pay attention to the driving. And once you've got that under control, the next thing to really focus on is making sure your car is well maintained, that the brakes work properly, your signal lights, your tires, everything's working in harmony to get you from point A to point B effectively and safely. And we can go take a look and we'll walk through all that.
Let's go over the routine maintenance checklist, which is an easy way for families to make sure their cars are running safely.
Yes.
And what are the most important things when it comes to routine car maintenance?
The fluids are really important for your car. You've got your windshield wiper fluid, your automatic transmission fluid, brake fluid, engine coolant. These are all important, but none more so than your engine's oil. And we can take a look over here at what used oil and dirty oil looks like, but we'll start with the filter. So in every car, you'll find an oil filter, and that oil filter actually takes the oil that passes through it and cleans it of all the little particles that are stuck in it. This is what it should look like when it's new. And so you can see the difference between a new oil filter that's clean and hasn't been through the ringer and the old oil filter. So we'll replace this with this.
Okay.
And once we replace that filter, we're then going to actually change the oil. So this is what old dirty oil looks like. So this is your old engine oil.
Wow.
And that's the new engine oil. You can see how clean and golden in color, and you can see through it, and that's what we need in the car to keep it running well and protected. And this is going to keep your car running cool, smooth, and it's going to provide lots of long-term use out of your car by changing the engine oil as frequently as the owner's manual or your manufacturer suggests. We've got an old tire that we just removed from a car and a new tire that we're going to use to replace it. You'll notice that as you progress across this tire, the wear becomes slightly less. So we've got more tread depth here than we do here. That tells you something about the way the suspension is performing or your alignment or any other number of factors that can be addressed by the technician once they know that this is happening. You'll notice on the new tire we've got excellent tread depth, and we've got deep grooves and sipes, which are little cuts they make in the tire specifically to allow it to adhere better to the road in wet weather conditions. Those are absent from here where we've got extra wear, so this is a far less safe tire to be using in any sort of wet weather or icy conditions. Modern braking systems are largely disc braking systems. This would be the disc or the rotor, and it is gripped by a caliper. And this caliper applies pressure to the disc. I'll use this as an example. If this is the disc and my hand is the caliper fits over. As you press on the pedal, that caliper clamps down on the disc and keeps it from rotating. Most modern cars are going to have two ways to tell you that the brakes may need some work. One of them is a warning light in your car, and that's for things like ABS. Your brakes may make some noise, they may squeak, you may feel some difference in how far you have to push the pedal. When any of those things happen, you'll know that it's time to get your brakes checked and serviced. And you just need to follow your manufacturer recommended service intervals in your owner's manual to make sure you're able to stop when you need to.
So, routine maintenance and preventative care is the key to having a safe vehicle. So, how do I pick an auto service center?
It's important to look for a place where you feel comfortable and you trust them. And that's built on you actually having a conversation with the service technicians and the people in your repair center or your service center and feeling confident that they're explaining things to you in a way that you can understand so that you can make informed decisions about what you should or should not do to your car.
And where can we find out more about all of this?
You can visit us online at tirekingdom.com, ntb.com, or merchantstire.com for more information.
For more Kids Spaces and to see this part of the show again, go to designingspaces.tv and join our conversation on Facebook at facebook.com/dspacestv. Here at Tire Kingdom in West Palm Beach, Florida, I'm Susan Dean. Safe travels.
The topics today do have some wise advice for parents, and we've covered some interesting ground.
And it's such a broad topic, we could keep going and going, but unfortunately, we are out of time. But thank you so much for joining us here on our special presentation of Kids Spaces. I'm David Jones.
And I'm Debbie Marie. We'll see you later. Bye-bye.
Watch your step.
Okay.
Easy.
You can visit these websites to learn more about the participants on this edition of Designing Spaces.